guess.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do is back Argus off a little bit from this cliff. Or
Copy
this
that.
slope.
Copy
So
that.
I'm gonna go. Let's here.
Yeah, first things first.
Two.
Press that button over there till that blue light flashes.
Ding.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 15 meters, 345.
15 meters, 345. Roger.
Bridge nav. 15 meter step bearing 345. Thank you. Oh. Tornado action. Steve, let me know in the back row if you guys have anything in science chat that they're typing in case I have any troubles.
I think we're waiting on confirmation, last I heard, for sampling this, possibly.
Cool.
Can you press the button again?
Yeah.
I had
can do.
failure. Sorry. Thank you.
It's all right. There, now it's flashing.
Yeah. For some reason it doesn't connect. I gotta forget the device and connect again. Yeah. Up. Yeah, that's right. Down. Yeah, that's right.
We can eventually flip those so Herc's on the right again, like the rest of our systems are. Unless you want it closer to you.
I'm happy with it there, unless you want it flipped.
No, it's fine by me.
Video, who do we have on V-Link right now?
Can you,
we got someone there. Who is that?
Jake, while we're waiting, can you just cycle through the gauges for me so I can have a look?
Yep. So you can see here.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Our cloud of fixes. We've been stationary.
Okay,
our
good.
DVL track.
Good. Good, good, good.
And this is 10 meters off.
Good.
So I'm going to confirm he's at auto XY. I know we've been sitting here. I'll put a dot there. I'm going to reset the DVL, Dan.
Roger.
Reset DVL. Boom. That's where Hercules is. Yeah, it keeps...
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Sam, you can plug in here if you want. Oh, you are plugged in. Oh, sorry.
Check, check, check. Yeah, there we go.
Good evening, everyone. This is Scientist 2 for the ship.
Sorry, I didn't know you were plugged in.
Kirsten Lindquist.
Good evening.
And we are just getting switched over. Good evening. Sorry for the delay there. We're getting the kinks worked out. So I am Scientist 2 on this ship. We're just waiting for Erica Burton to join us.
Great. Yeah, no worries on the delay. We just wanted to make sure you weren't waiting on us.
Yeah, nope. It looks like Erica is she said she's on V-Link, but not quite in. I'm just waiting on confirmation if we're collecting this or not.
then it gives you this to make sure you want to do it. So you check in with the pilot and then you hit OK. So you see how Herc's just barely peeking out in Argus cam, and you can see it in fish. I might just go back if we're going to sample. I'll back up another 10 meters. Bridge nav. One step, 10 meters, 345. Thank you.
All right, we have a go ahead on that sample, so we can try and do a grab here.
Roger.
Can we get the lasers on?
Yep, we do some
lasers coming up.
Some imagery first. We got plenty of captures coming in on the last watch, so we could just do lasers and then start the sampling.
Is that a weird holothurian in the background, or is that a crab leg? And for the grab, we're getting this white.
Where are you looking?
Oh, just the pink thing in the background I saw move in the center screen, top center.
Oh, got it.
Couldn't really tell what that is.
We're zoomed in just a little bit too far for the lasers, but they are on in the background.
Oh, it's probably a sea star or something, like star-like maybe.
So then if we could step back so that we could get a shot with the lasers, that'll be fine.
Zooming out.
Just a bit so we can see the lasers would be great.
And just to confirm, we're talking about sampling this white coral in front of us, right?
That's right.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
I think that's fully sorted out all of the change watch. Funniness.
Yeah, we had some really good images close up before the watch change. So now that we did get a couple captures. Yep. So we're all set.
Okay, how would you like to sample it? Looks like it may be on a rock. We could pick up the whole rock. Or we could try and get it in the suction sampler.
We also have the coral cutters on.
We do have the coral cutters on.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is not a slurp. This is more of a coral cut, unless the whole thing wants to come off. What's your instinct on this one?
I like to get the rock that it's on if I can, and we have the room. Just because I like picking up rocks.
All right.
But
we did that for the last one, and we have someone on Science Chat that may enjoy another rock.
We can see how, if it's like ridiculously big or something, and hold on, I gotta adjust
I'd say go ahead.
Manipulator from the last.
Set to flute.
Set to flute mode. I can function flute mode, but I'm not optimal. Jake, you want to show us the manip with the bubble cam?
Yep.
See, I don't know where Bob has left it. Usually won't have to do this because I know where I leave it. Okay, you can move it now so I can hopefully see the sample. Yeah, perfect.
Right there. Yep.
That's it. I like to see the jaws of death slowly come into the zoomed in picture.
Got it.
Grip force 4. So I'm just gonna try and touch the rock here that it's on and see what that looks like. Used to be a rather large rock.
I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Well, it looks big if you judge by the lasers. Right?
Yeah, I think let's go ahead and leave the rock on this one.
Roger. You want to zoom out just a bit, video?
It was a crab.
So it is possible to put that in, but we can try and grab the little guy instead.
No, that's too much.
Let me just put the rock where I want it then.
So my suggestion here would be to try and go for the
Snip.
Get it in the snips, get it in the coral cutters.
Yep, can do. Video, you want to zoom back in for us? Do you want, how much of it do you want there? Do you care?
Yeah, I mean, we need enough to see the branching pattern, so I guess, you know, that's probably what you have right about there.
I can get as close as you want then.
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit of rock there. Not quite closing.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
That's pretty much the whole,
That looks great. Nice grab.
video, you want to zoom right in there for a frame grab?
Yeah, so that's a good old Acanthogorgia right there.
Where would you like your sample? The starboard box and one of the little bays, I guess?
Yeah, we can go for starboard box A.
Copy. Video, you can zoom back in on, let's zoom in on the C-pen there for him. There, frame up that shot. You know how to work the salvos, Jake? So the 3 buttons there on your left, the 3 blue buttons all the way on the left.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, pick one and press it. That one will work.
That's the one.
Yeah, so coming around, I like where you have the bubble camera is fine. You can just leave it there and
Yep.
I can see where the manip is. And then what I'll do is bring her around here until I can kind of see the manip in one of those.
Okay.
And we'll minimize the sample drawer open time because there might be floaty bits in there. So I should be good there. If you want, you can open the sample drawer.
All right.
Nothing floaty yet.
See our
Yeah.
new sample cam.
Which,
You can,
going in the back?
yeah, you can open all the way.
There's something in C right now.
C. Oh, so how about, I usually start with A because,
On
A's
account of it
empty.
being the first letter.
yeah, kind of weird that way. Sometimes they just go into whatever, especially with these snaggletooth jaws.
Data, I'll confirm this is sample 002.
Yes, that is correct.
Came out a little fast there. Getting in's the easy part. Getting your hand out of the cookie jar can be, that wasn't very elegant. It's in there, I believe. You can barely see it in the right-hand camera there. Okay, sample complete.
Excellent. So in our current view here, thank you.
What lights do
So
we
in our
have on,
current
Jay?
view, we have a nice
Check.
glass sponge.
All of them.
Kill the porch light.
All right, this is Erica. I am on SPL, not the live Nautilus feed. Can you hear me?
We
Yep.
can. Good
Yes.
morning or good evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, I had to sign under Jen's username. I could not get under my assigned name. So that might work, hopefully just for this shift. All right,
Welcome,
thank you.
Erica.
Thank you. So I'll go live to Nautilus now. Thanks, guys. All right. How are we doing? This is Erica. Just signed in. We just had a shift change. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
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 Rumor is
All right.
there's a cliff around here somewhere. Is that true?
It seems more
I think
like
we're
it.
headed there.
We're headed there.
See how
So
cliffy it's ended up being.
we've just completed a sample and we are waiting for instructions.
Okay. I'm gonna mute my. Let me get situated. I had a little hiccup there.
If you see on channel 3, we have high pack up. These are the current layer in the background is the backscatter. It's not really showing us too much of a difference of lighter or darker spots. Really, it's kind of about even. We have this contours are up, so those are 10-meter contours, and I can put on the bathymetry or the slope map if that's better for you. But in general, we have left point 1A was about 500 meters behind us, and we have gone upslope to the southeast, and now point 1B is almost directly to the east, about 700 meters away.
All right. Well, let's head towards the 1B, of course. Trying to get some really high backscatter, some high white spots in terms of hardness. Hopefully we'll have some mixed habitat in here. We can run a transect when we've got some boulders and some of these outcrops and see what we can do along the way.
Sure. Do that.
So did we want to follow the contour lines then on the way to 1B?
Do that.
Yeah.
It's proving to be not.
That was the question.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can absolutely follow them. We can go up a little more and then follow a contour, or just start with the one we're going at now. It's not really too much of a slope, it doesn't look like, but we can head off to the northeast for a bit, for about 100 meters, and then go pretty much due west. That would follow the slope as our bathy is indicating.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right, Dan, I'm going to move the ship 100 meters, bearing 025.
100 meters, bearing 025, roger.
Then, the slope will be on your starboard side, so we might be able to strafe along as we go.
Strafing sounds fun.
Bridge nav.
Okay, Stephen, you can zoom out.
We'll have a
see where the camera is.
50 meters, bearing 025, speed 0.3. Thank you.
So we have a note from the science chat. We have a note from our USGS geologist saying, don't go northeast, go straight to 1B.
Okay, we can go straight. Just that will eventually be following contours, so we'll go upslope a bit and then follow contours. Bridge now.
Great, thank you.
I'm just gonna cycle the matrix.
Let's call off that move, and then we'll do 50 meters, bearing east. Thank you.
How do they look since we adjusted them?
Yeah.
All right, as we're moving, are we good to chat a little bit?
So Erica, we're about to start a transect, is that right?
How's that looking?
In terms of transect, yeah, can we zoom up, move the camera up a little bit, see what's ahead of us?
So yeah, let me just confirm, would you like this to be one of your labeled transects, or do you just want to move towards 1B?
Let's move towards 1B a little bit and see how the habitat changes and how the backscatter looks. See how we get going.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You can turn it back where you had it a little bit in there. I'm up in the bright part now.
And Dan, I don't know if you caught that, but we're now going due east instead.
Due east, roger.
And, there'll be probably about a minute or 2 minute lag before Argus starts to move.
Copy.
All right. As we're heading east, I just want to introduce myself again. This is Erica Burton. I'm a scientist from the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Right now we are on the north side of Pioneer Canyon, a little bit southwest of San Francisco. And I'll have Kirsten introduce herself, and then we'll go to the Nautilus crew. Hopefully they can introduce themselves.
Sure, this is Kirsten Lindquist, and I am the Ecosystem Monitoring Manager for the Greater Farallones Association. So I work very closely with Jan Roletto and the Greater Farallones National Marine Sanctuary staff on all of their research projects. So that is my connection to this project.
And how about the science van?
I'm Dan. I'll be your bus driver for the next 4 hours. Sitting in the Hercules chair, pilot seat.
And my name's Jake Bonney. I'm in the Argus chair, co-piloting the bus with Dan.
And this is Stephen Matter in the video chair for the 12 to 4 watch.
This is Renato Kane. I'm the navigator on this watch.
Jake, if you want to bring your head to 090, I'll try and scoot out in front of you.
Roger that.
And line us up for a run to the east.
And is Taylor on today?
Yes, this is Taylor Ann. I'm the data logger. I was back here getting some things situated. Nice to be on watch tonight. I have everything squared away to help you scientists out and make sure everything gets logged and in the proper place. So yeah, just communicate to me whatever you need, science leads.
Thanks, everybody. It's great to be sailing with you again.
Thanks.
Some of us remotely and some of us on the ship. Right now, we're just seeing a muddy bottom with a few little rock outcrops and a little bit of life grabbing onto that hard substrate as they can.
Stephen, can you zoom in just a touch? Yeah, that's what we want. Get rid of that yellow, orange, whatever color hose it is.
So right now, Erica and I are looking at the bathymetry and backscatter data to help select transect locations. So we are, as we poke around, we're looking for the right spot to start, and that would be collecting video data for a set distance, at a set speed, at a set altitude off the seafloor bottom, and that data is post-processed after the cruise.
So we see a couple fish in front of us, thorny head and a grenadier. These are typical deep sea fishes.
I'm just going to keep calling in moves east, and you let me know if you want to stop or redirect, but we'll just keep going towards one.
Okay. Our geologist is saying that it's better to be near some contours that are tighter together for the substrate we're looking for. So we'll just keep moving along.
Right, yeah. These are some of the tightest that we'll have, I think, on this dive. Maybe towards the end, perhaps a bit. But yes, looking for rockier stuff in general. Sometimes we'll get lucky happening upon it, but if it's variable terrain. Bridge nav.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and run out to the end of our tether, Jake. So if they want to stop and look at something, we'll
add
have
one more step, 50 meters.
Roger.
Bearing.
So you should be able to tilt your camera up to keep Herc in view. You'll have to,
so some of the
we'll want to keep this number at 15.
Yep.
And that one typically 20. We can cheat a little depending on the bathy, but that's the one you want to watch in 15 to 20.
Yep.
So some of the things we'll be looking at today is we're going to try and run some transects to characterize soft bottom habitats, a mixed, either soft and hard, and then just a hard transect. And along the way, we are recording habitat associations with different organisms, as well as we will collect some organisms along the way for things that we need better science on in terms of identification and confirming what some of these species are.
I believe this is an area that that deep sea trawling opened up just in this last few months ago. So part of the reason that we are here collecting this data is to characterize the area, to understand where there might be rocky substrate with coral and sponges that should have a higher level of protection. So we are poking around for the first time in this spot.
It's a nice tanner crab.
Missing an arm.
Missing an
Or a
arm.
few.
We've seen better days.
Missing some legs and an arm.
So we're seeing a sea pen, maybe an anemone or a rock. Pretty sparse down here at the moment.
Looks like a snakehead eel pout we're just passing over.
And remind me, how far apart are those lasers? Are they about 30 centimeters or so, or are they different?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we use those to determine the scale of some of these animals. And so you will see those as we move along, those two bright points in the center of the screen that seem to be moving along with us.
Like we just passed in the Canthogorgia on the left. So sometimes we'll ask to turn the lasers off, and that's just to get kind of what we call a glamour shot, a really nice shot to use for media and outreach. And then we always turn them back on so that we can actually collect data on these transects and get a sense for the size.
Rennie, on the high pack, can you show me where waypoint 1B is?
Sure.
You could
I'll
use your
zoom out
cursor to
quick.
just wave around.
Yeah. So it's over here. Might be a bit of a delay.
Oh, okay, I see it.
So as soon as we
Okay, we've got a ways to go.
yeah, we'll just be going pretty much along contour. It's a pretty benign slope though, so I don't think we need to really be
Okay.
faced upslope. I think it'll end up being that we can just drive along it straight there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Bridge nav.
Just passed over a hagfish on the
One more
right.
step, 50 meters east. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many promising backscatter targets on the way to 1B. It's kind of pretty normal.
Okay.
But just zooming out a bit to see if there's anything. I think towards the end of the dive, between like 1C, D, all that stuff over there, there seems to be some high backscatter on the kind of the bottom, the base of the canyon. I don't really know how, what that means exactly. It could be something that we can see, or it might just be under a layer of mud, because the intensity of the return can penetrate a bit. So sometimes we'll be surprised when something looks a bit like high backscatter and it's still covered in sediment.
Okay.
We just passed over a new coral species. Did you see that, Erica?
Did you want to take a look at it?
All right.
We've got some time to look at something right now if you want.
Let's keep moving, actually. Our GS geologist is saying that it might pay off to go a little bit upslope here.
Yeah, so we're kind of, we're in the middle of the slope right now and we're following a long contour.
Yeah.
It looks to me like it's about the same slope. We may encounter a ridge here or there, but I don't see anything in our sonars and I don't see an indication of that in the bathy right now, but happy to go up slope a bit. It does get to be a less steep slope. We go up a bit further. Upslope is to the south.
Okay. Let's stay where we are. We may end up just doing another soft bottom transect.
Sure.
But let's just keep moving along.
Okay. Yep. And if just let me know if
we can
want to redirect upslope or whatever.
we can move a little faster if we want.
Sure.
Sure.
Right now we're going 0.3 knots. I can increase to 0.5. It reduces our ability to stop quickly, but we can still stop.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone on science chat saw that coral. I think it might have been a paragorgia, but I didn't get a good look.
Manny, you could tick up the speed a little bit, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, we can do that. Bridge nav. Let's increase speed to 0.5 knots. Thank you.
Getting tugged a little bit.
Yeah, right. I see it.
So on each dive, Erica mentioned that we want to try and characterize all the different habitat types. So the rocky, steep, the sandy bottom. So we're trying to get a sense right now if we can get to some rockier habitat that, as you've noticed, the small corals that we've passed have been on the lone little rocks that are poking up out of the sand. And so if we were to get to habitat with more rocky, exposed, upright habitat, we would expect that we may find some larger corals. And with this nice current and marine snow flying by, it looks like we have would have good habitat for coral with that combination of current and rocky substrate.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out in Argus's sonar if we see anything off in the distance that's looking like it's any different of a relief than this slope. So far, No, but I will keep looking.
Thank you.
Fair current to the south there.
Take you for a ride.
Uh,
Took you for a ride a bit.
yeah, it blew me south 20 meters there. Just.
Well, when we were down at the bottom, there's a pretty ripping current down in the base of this canyon.
Oh yeah.
Significant. A lot more particulate matter down there. Seems to be a bit clearer up higher. Bridge nav. One more step, 50 meters east, speed 0.5. Thank you.
Looks like if we
Maybe. So you can strafe a bit. So this is the slope going, it goes down to the north and up to the south. So if you want to face a bit south, and we can kind of strafe along east, and Argus faces south, you face south, and we go along like this. It's up to you.
Sorry, I'm having some trouble with my feed. Okay. Can you say that again?
oh, that way's uphill.
Yeah, for Argus, right, that's uphill. So if you face this way, we get the whole operation facing Herc here, Argus there, and we kind of go along this way. You know what I
Go
mean?
along the contour.
Yeah, because we're going east anyway, and rather than drive straight, if you see anything up and upslope, we can certainly head up there, but it seems kind of flat enough that we can drive straight along it as well. Like, we don't need to be facing it as if it's a cliff wall, because it has yet to present itself as that yet.
Okay. Sounds good what you're doing. Just go along the contour there.
Sure, yeah.
Basically, we're gonna face southeast and move to the east.
Yeah, we can do that. Might get us some better viz.
Is anyone else hearing that tone creeping into the audio? Yeah?
No, but the Science Ashore is really loud tonight.
It creeps in when I don't hear.
You hear it
No
now?
one speaks.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little tone.
Oh, is that?
I think
the
it's when
winch?
I touch the winch.
Oh
I
yeah,
can hear it.
that's a known one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Glad
I'll
I
try
asked.
to keep my hand off it unless I'm using it.
Okay.
Yeah, we noticed that a while back. Not sure why we need to ground that box maybe. A local ground.
So an interesting data point, Dan, is we have, that was going 0.3, and then this is 0.5, and it's got a bit of more variation.
Yeah.
How much?
We are currently at 1,100 meters. And for those who haven't joined us before, there's a lot of communication that you'll hear between moving the ship as well as the two ROVs that we have in the water. We've got two different pilots, and those three vehicles all have to communicate and move together fairly synchronously so that we don't end up bouncing at the end of a taut tether. So the fact that we aren't seeing a lot of bouncing around tells us we've got an awesome team that are coordinating well and have a ton of experience. So we are really lucky.
You want to zoom on the flatfish, Steve, while we're waiting?
Sure. Coming in.
Or waiting to, I got, speaking of end of tether there was a little bounce. And
Yeah, I think that's a over Seoul, if I'm correct. My video feeds are going
Another
in and
one.
out.
Coming wider.
As Jennifer mentioned earlier, this is another one of the right-eyed species of flatfish, where the left eye has migrated around onto the right side.
Bridge nav. Bridge nav. Let's have one more step, 50 meters east. Thank you.
So we've got a dark grenadier on our left, that black fish swimming out of view. Dark grenadier are pretty common down here in the deep sea. It's a thorny head, either a short spine or a long spine thorny head. Those two are also common, deeper than 800 meters or so. It's mainly the only rockfish we'll see down here.
Thorny head are one of the a couple of the species of rockfish that tend to hang out more on sandy bottoms and you tend to find them a little bit more stationary than some of the others.
Ooh,
Sablefish.
that is a. It went away so fast. It might have been a slick head. Sorry, I missed it. I saw it.
Bring your head to 135 now.
I saw a forked tail.
Yes, slick heads have that really deep forked tail. Sablefish just a little bit. So I'm thinking it was a slick head, which is another family of fishes.
When you get a chance, Jake, can you
Yeah.
try and turn down the gain on the sea prints? That's what's killing our Herc. I mean, the Argus sonar. It's too hot.
So for those
If
of you
any of you
tuning in, sorry, Kirsten, I was just saying, for those of you tuning in, if you're looking on the quad cam, you can actually see the ROV Hercules being filmed by the ROV Argus. So that's what you're seeing in the quad view. It's pretty unique for this, for the Nautilus cruises. It's nice to see where you are.
Zoom in there if you want, Steve.
Coming in.
Zoom in to just keep the lasers in the pic. Beautiful.
That's great. So we've got a sea cucumber, a thorny head, some brittle stars, maybe a snail or some sort of bivalve. Great, thank you.
Okay, zoom out, please. Thanks. So pause that guy for a second. that's not it.
Could be the sub bottom.
Usually don't see that in.
Yeah. It's only 20 meters out. That's sometimes you see it when it's like more than 20 meters out. You'll see little bits, but
Oh yeah.
that's yeah.
All right, you can light it up again.
Maybe it's the altimeter or the sub bottom.
On my
See-
end, the high pack is getting pretty bouncing around, kind of coming in and out, just FYI.
Great
Yeah,
stuff.
mine too.
Let's get one more step. 50 east. Thank you.
You know, we are seeing a pretty uniform soft bottom here. It's maybe just a veneer, but since we have some time, why don't we do a soft bottom transect here? Is that something we can do?
Sure thing. We're all set up for it. We just can kind of drop a marker, letting us know we're starting. This would be T2B if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
I'm going to coordinate that back there, Taylor Ann. I think we're going to start this right now.
Got it.
Say start up transect. And then, Dan, whenever Argus gets caught up a bit and you're comfortable, we can start.
Yeah, if we could move the ship at a constant speed, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're going pretty constant, or should be. I called in the moves at half a knot. I'll make sure I call in the next one before it slows. Would you like this to be 150 meters transect?
Yes, please.
T2B. There we go.
What's our altitude off the seafloor right now? About 1 meter, 1.5 meters, something like that?
It's, the instruments are saying 3 meters, but that's because we're going up a slope. As you can see on the front, it's closer in the front, so it's probably 1 meter in the front.
Yeah. Can we move yes, perfect. Out of view. Thank you.
I was just showing you with the camera there to get an idea of how high the front of the vehicle is off the seabed.
Do you want to restart
Oh, of course.
here? Just start there for the.
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right, Taylor, and we're gonna.
Thanks, Trayla.
We're gonna call this the T2B. You can.
Oh yeah, we're on transect. Can't move the camera. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. It was illustrative to me. I need to be taught some things here.
Plenty of space.
Thank you.
We can keep going.
Copy that we're restarting.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Bridge, nav. Let's have a ship move 150 meters, bearing east, speed 0.5. Thank you. That ought to keep the speed a bit more constant, Dan, so it doesn't slow down towards the end of the move.
What's that? Sorry.
Hopefully it doesn't slow down towards the end of the move, because I'll just call a big move in. So it'll stay, once it's at 0.5 right now, it should stay at 0.5 because it has a bunch to go.
So as we start a transect, we have The data logger is naming the transect that we are starting, and we are characterizing it as in terms of what substrate we are going to be covering. We try to select a uniform substrate area to conduct these transects. We collect the starting location and we try and run 100 to 150 meters at a similar altitude off the bottom at a similar speed. And we don't stop even if we see something really exciting. There are limits to that, of course. There could be something that's too exciting, but we try and just keep going because we're recording this video that is going to be analyzed by a lot of different scientists after the cruise is over.
Now I'm starting to believe that that is actually meters per second and not knots, and then that would match up with that, which should be meters per second. Because I'm noticing that you're pretty stable and we're pretty stable.
It usually matches when the ship speed and that one match, they track okay.
Okay. So right now we're at about 0.5. We'll just keep an eye on it if you feel like you get tugged or not. I know that was the big debate with XY. Those were in meters per second or in knots.
Yeah. It may be neither. It may just be a gain number from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Which was Bob's opinion. He was calling it gain.
Yeah.
But it's obviously max velocity, so.
Yeah.
I'm sliding to the south a little there, so.
It's okay for us.
A few thorny head in view.
So by collecting these standardized transects in terms of speed and altitude above bottom and a certain distance, we can compare different habitats and also within the similar habitats to look at geology as well as species associations with those. So that's what we're working on right now, is collecting our second transect of the night of the dive in soft bottom habitat. Typically we see sea stars, and in this case a couple thorny heads, and we might see some brittle stars, maybe some sea cucumbers. Right now it's a little sparse. We do see some, I don't know, maybe depressions or little holes. Those could be worms and smaller bivalves under the sediment.
Erica, we dove here last year, correct? Not too far from here.
I believe so. I wasn't on that survey, but I believe so. So we are collecting more transects, I guess, to compare to those.
I think I was there. I just don't quite recall.
I imagine
That would have been
with the job.
Locating the sunken dry dock. Were you on that?
Nope. I was on the cruise where we collected the bathymetry to look at that, but don't think I was on the dive. But I've been.
So that would have been a little bit earlier in the year.
Yeah, or maybe even the prior year. Can't recall.
You guys hearing that tone right now?
Yep.
And Jake's not touching the winch.
Yeah, I hear that weird tone. Getting tugged a bit.
You hear the weird tone? Like,
it's a ghost.
Scientists ashore don't.
Okay.
You don't hear that?
I can't hear
that humming sound?
Oh, I can,
Not on
I
shore.
can hear that. Yeah. Yes, I can.
So who is it that
Hopefully it's not my mic.
yeah, who is it that cannot hear
Uh, lead 6. So this is Erica.
that? Hi, Erica.
I'm on SPL. Maybe it's, do you think, what if I mute myself? If it'll go away?
Yeah, let's do a test. Just mute yourself for a minute and we'll see if it's gone away.
Okay, here I go.
Yeah, I think it's
Tugging a bit.
I think it's something with your setup, Erica. Can you kind of describe?
It hasn't stopped for me.
Oh, it hasn't?
No, I could hear it straight through. Yeah.
That's so odd. Because I'm not hearing it. We're not hearing it in the van anymore.
So Erica's back on just on SPL, not Nautilus, and I removed my extension cord on my mic, but I'm using just my mic. Is it bad again?
I
Or
don't
is
hear
it better?
Yeah, that sounds much better in the van. So,
Okay, maybe I'll just try this mic setup.
okay, that
And if
sounds,
it
yeah, that
does
sounds,
it sounds better?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go back on Nautilus Live now.
Can you bump the ship speed up just a little bit?
Yeah, it's 2.6 or bridge nav. Can we continue this move, increase speed to 0.7? Thank you. I'll try that out.
And we're still on transect, yeah?
Roger that, we got about 50 meters to go, 50.
Great. So about half, a third, 2/3. Good.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, what's our altitude?
It's the same as when we started, with respect to the DVL, which is on the very aft of the vehicle.
Okay, just the micro little thorny heads are making me feel like we're farther off.
The change in perspective you're seeing there is the hill is more to our right there.
Yeah,
Starting
I
a
think
more
that's it.
south-facing slope up.
The slope is, yeah, more to the south.
Well, Erica, you certainly selected a uniform transect so far.
If you want, I can
I'm good.
adjust the heading and move the vehicle sideways, but that makes it a little harder to, usually you guys like to go straight for the transects.
It doesn't matter if it's straight or not, as long as
Yeah.
we're sort of
So
at
yeah,
a standard height above the seafloor.
I'm crabbing a little bit there.
You've been going 0.4 pretty steady, and like to keep up, we've had to go
Running out of
0.7.
leash there.
Yeah, so I think that it might be closer to meters per second. Certainly not knots. There's no way you're going 0.4 and we're going 0.5 and a half, 0.55.
Yeah, I don't.
For that
I
long.
don't believe that.
I mean,
number.
I believe this number. I don't believe that number. But this one is the DP's like actual. If it's wrong, then we got problems.
It's wrong.
I'll tell you what'll be the end all, right? Is our multi-beam.
Stand outside with my cell phone.
Well, the multi-beam is getting speed from the sea path, which is extremely
What's
accurate.
that?
The multi-beam acquisition is getting speed from the sea path, which is highly accurate.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got for that one.
I think that one is slow.
So our speed, according to this, is about 0.5 for the ship. 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.3, 0.4, 0.7.
It feels, so it's tracking with the